Today we talk about Musou Black, the Blackest Black. Squidmar Miniatures already did a video on this, and Midwinter Minis also did a video on Black 3.0. And there's not much else to really touch on. Those two videos are better, and everybody knows if you have a better accent, then your YouTube videos are going to be better. So, gotta be honest, those YouTube channels have much better accents than this YouTube channel, and thus, it's just better. I did putter around with Musou Black when it comes to miniatures. I came up with very similar findings. I figured this video is going to be somewhat entertaining and useful regardless, so here you are. So a quick history on all this. Vanta Black is a synthetic material made of vertically aligned particles that absorbs over 99% of empty space. However, the application on how to make that is a closely guarded secret, so somebody made an acrylic paint called Black 4.0, all the Black 1.0, 2.0, 4.0, and those absorb about 98%, and then Musou Black is an acrylic paint product that is supposedly absorbing 99.4% of all light that comes in, thus it's very black. It's mostly made for art projects that aren't miniatures. So I will talk to you about the drawbacks and positives of using this with miniatures. This was an impulse buy, but I did have the general idea of a dragon being materialized out of the blackness of night. So it was supposed to be kind of like a dragon that was sort of a gradient of really black into the natural color of the dragon. I ended up not really doing that because working with the Musou Black was a little bit annoying. I screwed up. You're really supposed to let it dry for a very long time in between coats, and you're supposed to use very light coats. And when you don't do this, you get what I got here, which in person you can tell it's very powdery, and it doesn't look really all that great. And I gotta admit, too, I don't think maybe I shook it up quite enough for this first coat. So it's a persnickety paint. And so I just painted the dragon half Musou Black and then half kind of shiny black made from a bunch of different blacks, including Turbo Dork glossy black ice paint. And while I really did like the effect of the purple tongue coming out of this two-toned dragon, it doesn't really look that impressive in person. And that leads me to the central point of this video. What you see in still frames, pictures, and videos, when you're talking about the Blackest Black, it really depends on the lighting and the angle of what you're looking at. Sometimes this stuff is gonna just kind of seem powdery, and again, this is sort of because I screwed up on application, but that very same piece under different angles and light will seem like a complete void. Plus, if you touch it, it starts to turn gray, and this picture in particular is what happens if you rub your thumb on it. It just turns gray. So again, the durability is going to be an issue, and if you put gloss or even anti-shine matte on it, it's going to lose a certain amount of that blackness. So while the dragon looks kind of cool at first glance, is buying $15 to $20 of this Blackest Black, is that worth it? For me, absolutely not. I could get pretty much the same effect from just using regular black that's available from any number of companies that sell paint. It's just a little bit too expensive. If you're wondering what's going on with the double shaded wolves, this is the old-fashioned Warhammer Fantasy evil cultist thing. I kind of modeled it off the Malice / Malal Warhammer Chaos God with the black and white motif. So in this case, frankly, I wish I would have done my research a little bit better. I could have just simply watched a couple of YouTube videos and realized that I wasn't going to do any sort of amazing new techniques with this. But, you know, it was an impulse buy. It's not too bad. I spent like $15 for the bottle. And you know what? There are several very interesting uses for this sort of paint, including making black boxes for taking pictures, and there's all sorts of other uses for it when it comes to crafting for paintings or dioramas or any number of art projects where it's hung on a wall or something like that. So there are a number of uses for this kind of black paint, and it's kind of neat to play around with. Is it $15 neat? No, not at all. Especially the chalkiness and the persnickety nature of it. Though, then again, that might just be my low skills as a painter. Anywho, thank you for watching the video, and if you have any questions about this sort of acrylic paint or anything else, let me know in the comments below. If you want to sign up right now for a membership to this channel, you can get access to some pretty cool PDFs in the channel membership community tab, which is different than the normal YouTube community tab, and you can find some very cool adventures, including the Phenomenalopolis dungeon crawl, which is a system neutral dungeon crawl, which is super fun. I just finished running that for the local public library, and it's a very fun system, very easily translated into 5e, and of course there's a bunch of 5e monsters under that tab as well, including the giant Santa skeleton with his giant bag filled with reindeer skeletons that he throws at people. It's a lot of fun. I'll look forward to new videos coming out soon.